show. Okay, I thought I would, yeah. Let's not and say we fucking did. All right? I'll get a theme song whenever the fuck I get to it. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Doug? Okay. 7:31. 4/27, 2022. Dear God, where do the days go? Deep in slumber. I don't fucking know. But I do know this. Black news is what we peruse with Folgers. All right, so how's everybody doing? Good? Good? Everybody's good? You sure? All right. I don't like that. All right, so I'm Doug Rice. How you doing? I do a show. I do one every morning, sometime in the 6, 7-ish area, you know. All I'm trying to do is prevent you from going to work wearing a goddamn smile. As long as I can accomplish that, then I feel good. Hey, that's what I do. And how do we do this? We're talking about the mantra of the show, the Doug Rice Show, is get that goddamned grin off your faces. Now, I've had some feedback regarding how that's going for some of you. And some of you have perfected the give a fuck. And to that I say, bravo. Some of you have said that the waters seem to split. The divide occurs. People stay out your business. You've managed to wear a serious countenance on your face, which demands that you leave me the fuck be as I gently glide through your society where I am not welcome and you have issues. Okay, how's everybody? Everybody good? So, welcome once again, 7:33 in the morning on the 27th, and I'm Doug Rice. I do this every day for those of you that follow. Today we're gonna have a little bit of structure, okay? A little bit of pre-planning, something new. Not too fucking new. It's not that. Now, Trina and I have gotten together before the show, and we've gone over some topics that we're going to cover. And we came up with the 3 M's, in which I have added another one. So we got the 4 M's we're going to cover today, and then we're going to get into some black news. 4 M's. First is, well, not in any particular order, but we're going to talk about McCarthy, Kevin McCarthy. We're going to talk about Elon Musk. We're going to talk about Musk. There's another M. We're going to talk about melanin, which is the one I added before all of this. All right. But actually, we said there were 3. So it's melanin, McCarthy, Musk, and there'll be another M when it comes to me, only because I'm drifting. Anyway, so how's everybody doing? Doing well? Good. I'm Doug Rice. Let's begin. Let's talk about Twitter. Let's talk about the platform. Moby, that was it. Moby, the Indian president Moby. So there are 4 M's. Thank you. Katrina must have shot it right between my eyes. So we're going to go over 4 M's today. Elon Musk, we're starting with him. We'll then go to maybe Mr. McCarthy, Mr. Moby. You got to hear about the Moby situation over in India. And then we'll talk a little bit about melanin. And we'll just wrap it up into the black news. And then I'll say goodbye, as I always do. All right, so, Musk, 44 billion. Damn! That's a lot of money, man. And I mean, you just came up with that, huh? Just a boom, just like that, huh? Just out your pocket. Boy, you a rich South African. Oh, yeah, baby. I've done a little bit of study regarding you. Elon, you know, I have an opinion. I think it should be heard, which is going to be the first order of business. For you that follow me, you know that I'm Rug Dicer on Twitter, because I will drag your ass, but I'll square you up a little at the same time. Rug Dicer, go follow me right now. And so, this morning, I decided I I'm hearing about the Musk situation. I'm hearing about how he bought Twitter. And, before that, just before the deal went through, he talked about wokeness. Elon Musk talked about wokeness and the danger being woke is to what he coined modern civilization. Now listen, folks, I talk about secret speak. You ever heard that term? Secret speak. It's a nice little term. Basically it means you say something and that something has a completely different meaning juxtaposed to what you're actually saying. So when he talks about a threat to modern civilization, well, one tends to wonder what the fuck and who the fuck is he actually talking about. So I had a thought and I said I'm going to share it with Mr. Musk. And now I'm going to share that thought with you. So if you go to the wonderful Twitterverse that is the wonderment of Twitter, it's right here. I'm going to read what I wrote to Mr. Musk. I'm just going to read it. And if this doesn't work out, well, remember, Katrina said to do this. Hey, Elon Musk! We know you're from apartheid South Africa. You believe that wokeness is a threat to modern civilization or white people. You obviously support white nationalism. You're, in fact, a closeted white supremacist. I said this. Clearly, the lawsuit against Tesla proves the kind of person you are. You have supervisors telling black people that work for you, welcome to the plantation, as they're coming into your company's facilities. I can see right through you. So can most black people. You're just another version of Donald Trump and every other Caucasian on the planet. You see the future, and it terrifies you and folks like you. You and folks like you are doing everything you can to stop and reverse the inevitable end, rolling fast and hard right at you all. The numbers don't lie. You bought Twitter so you can open up the floodgates of free speech so that right-wing white nationalism growing in this country can express itself. Just remember, nothing you do will stop what's coming to this country. They've earned it. Enjoy. Yeah, I did that right to Elon Musk. And then I said the freedom of speech you love so much. Coming in quite handy. How you like it so far? So there you go. So that's what I believe. I believe that Elon Musk is just a guy that's wanting to foment the hatred in the country so that the folks in this country act. I mean, there's no other explanation. None. The United States made this guy a billionaire beyond measure. I mean, he got what he got from being here. Let's just go there, okay? But he was raised in South Africa. He's from South Africa, and he don't like wokeness. And the folks he hires at Tesla like to invite black people back to the plantation when they come to work every morning. And the shit starts from the head. You know what I mean? So if you got managers welcoming black employees to Tesla under racist terms and invitations spoken vocally to the point that that population of employees has to collectively sue Tesla because of their racist sentiment, then the shit starts from the fucking top. And now the top owns Twitter. How comfortable are you with everything happening, Hebrews? The question is simple. What kind of brothers does Elon enjoy being in his company? He certainly doesn't like a brother talking to him direct and telling him about himself. He doesn't enjoy woke people at all. So let's just understand, if you don't like woke folks, And how can he like us, woke folk? He's pretty expressive in how he feels about Hebrews, Negroes, folks that work for him. Can you imagine how the subtle pass down of that sentiment flows from this individual all the way down to management that invites brothers and sisters back to work and comparing it akin to coming to a plantation? Somehow that filtered through all the way down. Still grinning. So, yeah, I don't got too much to say about dude buying Twitter. I hope MySpace is still available because they say folks are leaving Twitter in droves. So, again, that's just one little thing I decided to put up there. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Now, on to this McCarthy guy. So here's the deal, man. This guy, this Kevin McCarthy, the second M in the M. Wow, what a real lying, dishonest, there's dishonesty and then there's just ignorant dishonesty. There's blatant dishonesty. There's lying when the truth will do. And then there's this guy that literally on tape in every direction is proven a liar, yet still proclaims his innocence. And that, my friends, is caucasity in a nutshell. The father of the lie. The one thing that's consistent is lying. There's no truth in Americans. Just not. The truth is scathing. The truth convicts. The truth will put you in jail. The truth will take power from you. And so they can't embrace the truth. And as I look at this guy, McCarthy, the second M, he's reflective of the sentiment of Americans, and I do mean Americans in that Mitch McConnell kind of way. The selfishness, the self-important, myopic, just self-aggrandizing, self-serving, self-interested, self-absorbed, lying, dishonest, demon-led individuals that run this country, and they're men of a certain age. And they're all indicative of the landscape of the United States in its final throes, in its death knell, as its own society turns on itself and kills itself. And we get to watch. Now, you need to understand what's going on. I'll say it again. The proclivities toward dishonesty are not just singular in an individual's character. You got folks over in Europe acting out in the most horrendous of ways, and you've got folks here, cousins to those folks in Europe, that feel some kind of way and are armed to the fucking teeth. Now, how can you not be somewhat concerned and nervous under those circumstances when the blatant lie attached to the individuals in power is unbroken in the face of truth? We have a problem. When individuals who should be nowhere near the levers of power not only are near it, but control those levers, and the target, as we all know, is us. You got to think about what we're looking at, this McCarthy. You got to see what we're looking at. The panic is real. The unraveling is real. At this point, make the lie big. They're following the playbook of Nazis. Accuse the other side of what you yourself do. It's almost as if Trump has read Mein Kampf over, because he's already said that was one of his better reads. And as I watch folks who worked for him, this gentleman, Mr. McCarthy, this Goebbels-like creature, this You know, I mean, these folks have a shot at retaking political power and therefore the levers of power in this government. And woe for Negroes when that day occurs, because they have fucking plans. When I looked at a show yesterday about how they're really coming down on this CRT, somehow associating mathematical problems with CRT. I don't know how that works, but okay. And, you know, these are the folks that are behind this, the GOP, the Kevin McCarthy. And they got a shot at getting power back in November. And then you will remember everything I've told you today. As the wheels begin to turn, the pivot right in our direction, the muzzle of caucasity will be aimed, and they are going to shoot. All right, there's McCarthy. On to the next M, Modi. So listen, here's the deal. Okay, so here's the deal. This guy Modi, all right, he's an Indian president, I believe, some prime minister, whatever. Okay, didn't know this. Now I associate right-wing nationalism. I've always associated with that with a certain demographic of individuals, and we all know this. Most of us have. Little did I know, there is something brewing in India involving Hindus and Muslims. And it appears that the Hindus have taken the playbook of Hitler and Nazism, you know, fascism and supremism, superiority notions, and they've now applied that to them with a hint of genocide thrown in for good measure against Muslims. And it's real! I mean, I didn't know it was this real. Oh my goodness, the things they're saying. I didn't even know y'all could roll like that, having brown skin. I didn't even know that. I was thrown back. And they literally assert and aspire and attribute some of what they do toward Hitler, toward that era, in some respects saying that in the Nazi regime, the socialist regime was right. And so when you look at a country of over 1 billion people, or clearly above 1 billion, and they're talking about literally eliminating a vast number into the millions, and I mean, these folks are inviting some way out suggestion, and we're sitting here, Hebrew, just going, man, what's it all about? What is going on? Everybody got a problem. Everybody got a problem. I'm trying to figure this out. Now, the only notion I have in this whole Modi thing is I wonder what they consider our plight to be. I wonder their notions on Hebrews. I wonder what they consider folks that are actual Hebrews. Negroes! I wonder what they think of us. Well, I can tell you a few things. Okay, we'll leave that alone. It's just odd, though. All of these individuals, this attitude and the sentiment of superiority really have a disdain for us. And I mean caste system on both sides of the aisle, and just, you go to India and not be Will Smith. All right, so I'm just saying, this ain't no friendliness nowhere for us, man. You don't like seeing us. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We remind them of defeat. They look at the face of Negroes and they remember biblical times, even if they can't bring to mind the actual events. The energy of those moments echo through time and into their psyche and out and against and at us. And what else could it be? There is no other explanation except that we defeated them long ago, except that the Bible is our history book, except that these things occurred and they are in their motherfucking feelings. I mean, well, hey. And to understand the future of Negroes in this country and elsewhere around America is that the intent of the Most High God will not return unfulfilled. and that true worship will be brought about on this planet through Negroes. That was the plan. What do you think? All we had to do is stay away from foreign booty, and we couldn't do that. Anyway. So that's what we're seeing. Modi, I did not know. I thought that was only attributed toward maybe Europeans, right-wing nationalism. You see it in Poland. You see it in Sweden. You see it in Germany. You're seeing it in Ukraine. You see it in Russia. You see it in England. You see it all over Europe, this disdain, this malevolence, this angst, this some kind of way toward specifically Hebrew, Negroes, us. For some reason. Out of the blue, you get close enough, it'll come out. You're looking at them going, I just wanted to shop for something. I just needed like a wallet. You got an attitude. And it doesn't help that they just coat the world in media regarding visions of exactly who we are. If I never saw one of us in real life and saw Will Smith and Lizzo and the other boy with the blood in the shoes, and I'd be kind of wary of myself a little bit. And then couple that with all the things they show on the news regarding getting hurt. I'm sitting there trying to figure out why are they hurting these folks so much. Then I go to Chicago, look at that. So if I never saw a Hebrew in my life and all of a sudden one came up to me and all those images that have been forced into my mind for decades through one source or another come flooding in, all the stories, all the scenes, all the death, all the murders, all the crime. Wow! I guess I wouldn't want to serve you too quick either. I guess I'd kind of stand back and what the fuck is it? What's this? Right? So it's an interesting picture painted about us globally. But the sentiment regarding us is held by individuals that seem to have the same beliefs and proclivities. Superiority, supremacy, right-wing nationalism, whether it be white or brown, religious or otherwise. A very interesting dynamic. Something's coming. All right, that's Modi. All right. Lastly, we're going to call it some melanin. Here's the reason I haven't covered melanin. I found out some shit. Now listen. Yeah, it's true. I hear some shit. I can remember some shit. I understand some shit. I dig it, right? It's not that I believe everything I see. Let's not get stupid. But I can remember most of what I see and hear. So now, a few days ago, guy came on with a video I showed. It was about 4 or 5 minute video. It was a 6 minute video. It was a long video. It was on TikTok, and I put it up. We talked about melanin. And he talked about the pineal gland. And he talked about the interior of the human brain. And let me tell you something. He went deep. He went deep. I was impressed, okay? Now, here's what he said. First, he talked about melanin and how having melanin is reflective in the eyes and the skin, the hair, things of that nature, and that blue eyes, seeing blue eyes, green eyes, this in some way, shape, or form, you're looking at the veins inside the eyes, through the eyes, and that's why you see the hue of blue or green or whatever. Now, I don't know if that's true. Whatever. Said melanin coats the inside of the eyes of Hebrews, but more importantly, melanin also interacts in some way, shape, or form with the pineal gland. Now, what was done is they took an interior shot of the brain, and they enlarged the cells of the brain to the size of a vehicle, a car. So each cell is about the size. Here's what they said exists at that magnification. They said that just above or below the pineal gland in the interior of the human brain regarding Negroes is something that looks like a galaxy. In order to see it, you have to magnify the brain cells of humans to the size of cars. And if you look just above or below, depending on your orientation, the pineal gland, you'll see this glowing sphere or spiral that resembles a galaxy, and it rotates, it moves. It's there. They've proven it. They've seen it. They don't know what it does. But the interaction with melanin, the pineal gland, and that, whatever it is, that's said to be otherworldly, I guess? I don't fucking know. You guys saw the video. If you pay attention to me, you saw the video. Who the hell can't pay attention to me? I talk too fucking much. But I found that to be amazing. The melanin is the key. Something regarding melanin and how it interacts with us, our bodies, everything. We have to examine it closely because I got to get to the black news. All right. So I did the 4 M's. We're good? Melanin? Yeah, I wanted to tell you about the thing that's in the brain. It's so small. You know how small a cell is? You got to take the cell, put it to the size of a car, look up at the melanated activated gland, the pineal gland, and you'll see this glowing resemblance of a galaxy spinning there, glowing, just sitting there. Okay. All right, 7:57. That's a good opening. I feel good. 7:30. Right? You guys like that? I liked it. If you didn't, hey, go tell your friends. All right. Black news. I found some interesting tidbits today. We're going to cover them. First, this is interesting. Black cannabis entrepreneurs account for less than 2% of the nation's marijuana business. Now, let me tell you what you got to have in order to be a cannabis entrepreneur. First, here in the state of Arizona, you have to have $1 million liquid. $1 million in the bank. Your name on it. And then freeze it. Hold it there. Don't touch it. That's step 1. That's just step 1. Step 2 here in Arizona is you have to have the plans for a cannabis store already mapped out. You got to have exactly what you're going to have in play, ready to go, and ready to be fucking inspected. Plus the license, bonding, insurance, the background check, which is obscene. They've done everything they can to make sure that we don't benefit from the very drug they made illegal out of the fear that white women would want to have sex with black men. Dear God, of course they don't want that. They don't want you to start making money off that. You know what? That would even seem a bit odd. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think that's a bit strange that you want to make money that way. I mean, you know how it all started, right? It's just bad optics, but you do you. That's first thing. All right, didn't know this. Chris Rock's mother reacts to Oscar incident with Will Smith, and she said, "When you hurt my child, you hurt me." Now, didn't he got like 10 other brothers? What are you doing? Oh, you know, Will went to India. Of all places, the boy went to India. What did he go to India for? Was somebody looking for Will? I thought that was quite interesting. All right. Atlanta police rip parents after 5 teens shot. And he says, officers cannot raise Atlanta's children. We know you ain't raising, you're shooting them. Yeah, we know you're not raising shit. You can't raise your own goddamn children. What are you talking about? You act like you officers don't have monsters that go to school and terrorize our children. How dare you? You know, it's interesting when brothers and sisters act up. You know, in this country, in this god-awful place. You know, but let me tell you something, man. I look at it a little bit differently. I do. You know, this guy's talking about 5 teens shot and talking about the crime rate. You know, I mean, Top 5 teen shots, somebody got a gun. The gun is available. It's in the neighborhood. We won't go there. But I think about a brother that came out getting chased, started dumping on cops with an MP5. He was holding court until they came, shot him 9 times in the back. He had big dookie braids on. Everybody should have seen that. And I thought, I might, hey, if you're going to put somebody down, if you come out the car, hey, all's fair in love and war. And then I thought about that brother's life, because they talked about all the shit that he had done. All the crime, all the past offenses, all his criminal record. They talked about this brother that just decided after being chased, he'd jump out his car with a high-powered, fully automatic weapon and just begin. Call court and go to Jesus that day, whatever you want to call it. And they framed it in this, damn, I'm glad they got him. But I looked at it as a brother in this country. And I thought about the choices this brother had to make as he grew up. I thought about, what was in front of him, the imagery that he saw regarding himself growing up in poverty. Think about the intention of that circumstance. I think about the faces behind the intention of that fucking circumstance. And then I see the results. And I don't know. I don't know what to fucking tell you. They're not our results. They're someone else's fucking results. You don't like those results? You don't like brothers getting out their car just dumping? Neither do we. Looks bad. But I always consider cause and fucking effect. You know what I mean? So I looked at that brother and I wondered about his life. And I saw them put him down. And he had to go. But I looked at their handiwork and how proud they were to put their own handiwork down. Everything. The circumstances of our existence in this country are not of our own making. You don't like what the fuck you see? Change the circumstances. Otherwise, shut your fucking mouth. We don't need you to raise our children. We need you to just stay the fuck away from them. Let news! What? How'd you think this was going to go? Good morning. 8:03 in the morning. 27th. Hey, what do you want me to do? Doug Rice! Don't drop your fucking phone. Over in London, track athlete Bianca Williams got pulled over, boy. He stopped some black athletes over in London and treated them bad. They treated them like they treat black people over in London. And of course, they're facing a review, misconduct, yada yada yada. Just let them go back on the beat. We don't need you to do anything. Hey, let that be a lesson to you. Don't go over to London expecting that they're going to treat you right because you just happen to be a track athlete. You're black. They don't care about that. They don't know you. Who are you? Stop. You think you're welcome there too? You're not. Do you know that they chased Hebrews all over this globe, out of Spain, out of Portugal, and chased us everywhere? Just chase. Wow. Moors, chase. I mean, what is it? It's nowhere for us. Hey! Chicagoan Abram Bolden, first black U.S. Secret Service agent pardoned by Biden nearly 60 years after his conviction. I don't give a fuck. Take that pardon, shove it up your ass. Oh, that was good. Oh! Welcome to the slave house was Tesla's manager's greeting. So I wrote to him today. I read it. And it starts from the top. It does. It has to, man. Welcome to the slave. What is that? Why didn't anybody how did you escape not going to see the company nurse? How did that occur? How was there not cleanup in aisle 2 involved? Why was nobody's back fucking dirty? You're at Tesla? Don't give a fuck. They don't. I don't understand that. But you're going to sue, though. Here's one. What we got wrong about Black and Korean communities after the LA riot. You're talking about the 92 riots, and you want to discuss what you got wrong about that riot. The news just keeps hitting. DeSantis using black kids as critical race theory props is political child abuse. No, it's not. It's just him being exactly who he is. And whether you like to say or know it or not, he looks at these black children with disdain. He looks at these children he's photographing to stave off the truth. That's CRT standing next to him, not anything written down. There's going to come a time when being who we are is a statement they cannot abide. It's not going to be theories taught in schools. It's not going to be books. It's not going to be the somehow gymnastic backflip into mathematics as a source of the teaching of CRT. That won't be necessary. What they will be offended is at our very existence. A reminder to them of their history. Every book can be burned, everything can be torn down, every memory can be erased, but still we're here. And you look at us and feel some kind of way. It's only a matter of time before you try to lay your hands on us and do something, because you can't take what's going through your own weak fucking mind. Kick him out, Katrina! Thank you. It hits different, doesn't it? All right, let's continue. I'm having a good time. 8:08 in the morning. Yeah. Okay. Forget it. The black iPhone, the black phone's latest trailer. Oh my God. NASA astronaut Jessica Watkins becomes first black woman on International Space Station crew. Now, you the only one up there. I certainly hope nobody gets stressed in that rather confined space. I certainly hope nobody allows truth to slip through their lips in space behind you being out there with them. And I don't even think they're going to sew first black woman. They're not going to sew that on your patch. So why mention it? More importantly, what the fuck does it matter that she's the first? How is that an achievement? How can being the first black anything be an achievement in this country if they're doing the things they keep doing to us? How is this even calculatable? It defies imagination that any one of them take particular pride in having the first black anything in this country be of any note. Well, we can't even go on simple camping trips with you motherfuckers and not come back dead. I mean, we can't deliver packages in your fucking neighborhoods. How about the first black guy to go in his neighborhood and deliver a package without getting shot at? You gonna have something for him? How about that? No? So what kind of way are you feeling? Let's start celebrating the last instead of the first. I've said this before. The last black person you chase out of your neighborhood because he's delivering a package. The last, it doesn't work that way. I'm so tired of hearing of the first black anything. What? It matters not that they're the first black anything. It doesn't matter. There's no extra money. There's no notoriety. They're not going to treat you different. You're not going to get a medal. You're not going to get a star next to your fucking name. And they will continue to be who they continue to be. Despite you being first like anything anywhere. Still grinning? All right, let's continue. No, it's 8:11. You know, I don't want to give too much. You know what I mean? I want to save something for tomorrow. I want to do this every day. I need to do this shit. You know, because they're losing their fucking minds. And you need to be aware of it at every given goddamn turn. You'll get distracted if I'm not here. You'll think everything is okay if I'm not here. They'll have you fooled into thinking that you're welcome. And you're not. So, I am the compass porting you to true north. That's all. Ever so often, around 6-ish, 7-ish, I will show up and yell. So there's that. All right, so thanks for everybody tuning in. Appreciate it. You know, I probably could find more. I don't want to find any more. I went over the 4 M's, right? All of my support links are somewhere to be found somewhere. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. You guys are Hebrews. You guys are royalty. You are all members of the royal family. Act accordingly. You are also meant to not be mingling with the nations. We're set apart for a specific purpose. And so, the only thing that I can implore you to do is to do your research. Check, see what I'm saying. Check my math. All right? We good? We good? Everybody good? Everybody good? Everybody good? All right. 4:27. I got shit to do. It's 8:13. You guys take it easy. And, yeah, I'm out of here. You know? And shit, it's been real. It's been nice. But it ain't been real nice. I'm just kidding. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'm going to do that. You guys have a good morning. All right. Wait. Hold on just a second. The day, you know, it's a little late. I had a camera issue this morning. I need to slow down just a minute. Listen, midweek, right? I think it's Wednesday, right? I'm not misquoting it. It's Wednesday. Halfway through the week, toward the end of the month. I mean, new horizons are going to open up. I mean, May, it's right there, baby. You know, just a few days. But somehow you have to get through today. Now, I've given you some information. We've gone over the facts. I've brought receipts. But why do I do this? Every day, day in, day out, I'm sitting there yelling, I'm screaming. Blah, blah. It's tedious, I know. But progress must be made. And you're about to go out there. I feel it. I sense it. Some of you are on your way to work. Yes, I know. Some of you are driving. Some of you are in traffic. Some of you had to go and make your way toward making your way. But today, particularly today, I'm going to make a suggestion in how you conduct yourself. For shits and giggles, I'm going to suggest a new way of presenting yourself to the general public. Not bring that warmth, that joy, that beautiful feeling when you walk in a room and brighten it. No longer. Those days are over. If you're going to work, if you're going to go shopping, if you're going to go out there, if you must do what you must please, Hebrews, particularly and especially my royal family, please. If you're going out, do me a favor, would you? Get that goddamn grin off your faces. Appreciate it. Good morning.